How's it going, aliens? My name's iALiEN. Today I'm back on another Identity 5 video, and today's video will be an analysis on the newest hunter in the game, Apostle Ann, aka Disciple. I will be evaluating her and seeing how good she is, along with her tier, and then go into some gameplay at the end. Let's get right into the video. Okay, before I get into the analysis, I do want to plug my Discord server. The link will be in the pinned comment below as well as in the description below, so go click the link and join the server today. So let's get into Anne. She is a stunning hunter. She uses her cats. She sends her cats out, and then they separate when you click the button, and they latch onto a survivor. Once you get into the range of the cat, the cat that's on the survivor gets stunned and she can hit. So this means she obviously takes a lot of reaction time. This may seem pretty overpowered at first, but it really isn't. Also, she has a leap to get closer to the survivor so she can get in range in order to stun them. So let's just rate some of her abilities. I'll rate her camping, her chase, and her mobility. So her chase is just decent. Chase is the most important thing in the game for any hunter. Early game chase, to be specific. Her early game chase is just okay. It's about 3 out of 5 stars, I would say. It's not terrible, but it's also not the best, as it's very easy for survivors to dodge the cats early game. So this means you need really good reaction time and also prediction skills. You have to predict if they're going to dodge so you can split the cats earlier to get them. Also, even if you get the cats onto them, the leap early game is really not strong enough in my opinion. If you do this from far away from a distance, you probably aren't going to even get in range to stun them. Also, if there are many walls in between you and them, they can use that so that you can't get a good dash on them to gain the distance. Next, let's get into the best part of her toolkit, which is her camping. Her camping, I would say, is 4.5 stars out of 5. This is because she is a top 3 camper in the game. Top 2 would be Bonbon and Hellenber. So she is the 3rd best camper in the game, a little bit above Feaster's camping. Her camping is very good for double hitting mercenaries, and it's also very good for stuffing any rescuer that's not a merc or like a coordinator. Anyone else, if it's a mech going for save or any other survivor, she can stuff them rather easily by just sending her cats at the chair, hitting. They come to the chair, they get stunned, and you can hit again as long as you have Berserker. Lastly, let's get into her mobility. Her mobility would be around 2.5 stars out of 5. She isn't a slow hunter, so that helps. And also, you can use the leap to get some distance. But overall, she doesn't really have that much mobility, which leads to very little map control. And that's also one of the most important things in this game right now. When you look at Bloody Queen and Dream, which both have very, very good map control, she does not have that, which leads to her getting Cypher Rushed a lot easier than those two hunters, which is really the problem with her. She is a tying hunter. Unless you have an insane in-game, you're going to tie the match because she has nothing to stop Cypher Rush. So if you get a quick down, double hit the merc or stuff the rescuer, and then you play the ciphers well at the end with your teleport, and you do good camping, again, you can win the game. But if you mess up on any of the steps, you'll probably tie or lose. Now let's get into some gameplay of me using her. Okay, so this is one of the better examples of gameplay because it shows a lot of the different aspects of her. On Lakeside, I usually wouldn't go confined. I'd put in Berserker. But this shows a lot of the many different aspects of her because it is good chase, but it's also good camping. And at the end, that alone is not enough to win the game. I needed to do really well in game with the ciphers and with my teleport to win. So I latched the Prospector. I let him stun me, so now his stun doesn't cancel out my stun. Prospector is a hard counter to Anne, and Perfumer is also a pretty good counter as long as you get to a pallet with her. I'm going to leech again, leap, and then I got a quick down. It's not, that's why her chase is around 3 to 3.5 stars, because it's really not too bad, but it just depends on the map. Lakeside is an open map, so of course it's great for her because she can get her leaps in a lot easier, but in more condensed maps, her chase level would go down because it's easier to block that dash she has. So I'm just sending my cats out early so that I can put them at the chair. Ideally, I actually do not want the Merc to take the cat, but if you're good enough with her, you can time the hit to where you hit and then they stun. And this works in chase too, but it's best in camp because they are running to you. This is also one of the better parts about her game. You cannot body block against her. But yes, so I timed it to where I hit and the hitbox hits and then he runs into me, so then they get stunned and then I get my double hit. Usually I just want the cats to go at the chair and then I hit and then he runs for the save. He gets double hit. But in a time like that when I mess up and it actually hits the mercenary, if you're still good enough with her, you can time it correctly. That's really all Anne is about. She is very, very much about timing. So I realize no one's coming to save. It's too late, so I'm going to look for the mercenary to put him on the chair. It's already 2 ciphers remaining, and mercenary has a very long chair. So I killed the prospector really quickly. I double hit the merc, didn't let the prospector get a second kite, and no one came to save him. But the cipher situation is still not the best for me. So at this point, I can't hard camp the mercenary or else I'm going to get Cypher Rush. I have to watch everyone else, see what's happening. I'm going to put my cat at the chair. And now I see the Perfumer. So I'm really trying to kind of rush her save since I don't want her to just wait out a super long mercenary chair. Merc is now going to be able to get away. I do get the hit on Perfumer. And now I'll go after the robot to stop that decoding and to stop the Cypher Rush. See, that Cypher's already 65%. And Mech Cypher's already 50%, so not the best position. I teleport immediately to the mech and destroy her other robot. And now I'm in a much more doable position because the mechanic is almost useless. I leech onto the mechanic with my cat. Now a dash. And everyone is injured now. Here, I don't need to stay on the mechanic because 2 people are injured. She doesn't have her bot anymore. It will be much better for me to chase everyone else unless I have just an automatic down with mechanic right now. So right now I'm going to just leave her and go after the Perfumer. I down the Perfumer. Mech doesn't have her bot. Plus she's 1 hit, so she cannot even save right now. And the chair is in the middle of the 2 ciphers that are closest to being primed. This is what you have to do with her in-game. You can't just sit and camp. You have to really be mobile in game and use your teleport wisely to stop Cypher Rush. But unfortunately, not every game is going to be this good. So some games, the survivors are just in better positioning, and if that's the case, then you're just going to lose the game no matter what you do. I stun the mercenary. He is gonna save after halfway now. I am using max control freak, so that really helps on her. I'll get into more of the build and why I use what and everything best for her in my guide that I'll post. But this is just a quick analysis and overview of her. So, and let's get into the tier. Anne is, in my opinion, an A minus tier hunter. She has pretty good camping, decent chase, but nothing to stop Cypher Rush, and that's what hurts her the most. Her chase can be pretty frustrating at times, but what really hurts is that she can't stop Cypher Rush. So for that reason, she's an A minus tier hunter. She's about as good as Ripper is. Um, she is getting nerfed soon. Her attack animation is going to take longer for her to use, and some counters to Wildling Magician won't be as much of hard counters anymore. But overall, she should still stay as an A minus tier hunter overall. That'll be all for the video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please subscribe to the channel. That will be all for the video. Bye.